Hello everyone, today we will use Houseplan's advanced modeling tools to create a doorman, and then use the UV editor to apply textures to it. First, let's take a look at the final results. To begin, let's create a new scene by clicking on New button. Next, let's create a rectangle and modify its parameters in the Properties window to make it 3.3 by 2.3 in size. Let's right-click to open the Viewpoint 3D. Now let's click to open the material palette and create a new texture category named DDM by right-clicking on the left side of the pop-up window. Then, let's import an image as a reference by right-clicking on the middle of the pop-up window, paste the image onto the rectangle. Then click on Free Adjustment and modify the texture UV value. Finally, let's use 3D Rotate to rotate the reference model by 90 degrees. And then execute Advanced Modeling. Now let's start creating the doorman. We'll begin with the head and work our way down to the details. Let's create a sphere and modify the number of sides parameter in Properties to 20 to ensure that the model has symmetrical lines. We can adjust the position and size of the sphere using the Move and Scale features under the Object tab. Let's refer to the reference image to make sure the sphere is the right size and shape. We'll then enter the Edge tab, select the redundant lines at the bottom, and delete them. Next, we'll select the edges, click on the Move feature, and press the keyboard shortcut Shift and click left mouse button and click on the Z-axis to copy the body of the doorman. We'll continue to window select edges and use the Measure feature to equally divide them. We can then use the Scale tool to adjust the body of the doorman and make it more rounded by using the reference image as a guide. Since the model is left-right symmetrical, we only need to make half of it and then mirror it to create the other half. Next, let's create the left half of the leg and foot of the doorman. We can select the edge line and repeat the operations of copying polygon before, and then adjust the edges and verticals to the corresponding position referring to the reference with the Move tool. We can then select the edge, click on the Bridge tool, and change the segment's value to 4. And adjust the selection point to a proper position. We can use the Loop tool or double-click on the edge to achieve the same effect. Then copy the polygon with the same way before, right-click the Scale tool and input 0 in the blank after the Z-axis in the pop-up window to align the selected line segment with the Z-axis. Let's select the edge line, click on the Measure tool to add equal divisions to the line, and adjust the verticals and lines to the appropriate positions. Repeat these operations until the shape of the foot matches the reference image. Make a copy of the reference image. We can then create a sphere at the corresponding position to make the nose of the Doraemon according to the reference image. Then create another sphere. And delete the selected verticals and lines. Then, go to the Object tab and click on the Shell tool, set the outer amount value to 0.01, and add thickness to the model to make it look like a bell. Create a sphere again. Delete the selected verticals and lines, Windows select the edge line, copy the polygons as an arm with shift and left clicking. Then change the view, and adjust objects to the corresponding position. Next, create the beard. Create a cylinder and adjust its position and size. Select the polygon, scale smaller. Enter the Edge tab, select the edge line, and use Measure to divide it equally. Then, adjust the position of the edge line. Select the bisector line. Click the chamfer tool, and adjust slicing amount and segment values to make the beard smoother. Copy it. Adjust the angle. Use the Attach tool to attach. Then move and adjust it to the corresponding position. Go to the Object tab, click the Mirror tool, click the Copy option. Copy the three beards on the left by moving the axis. And copy the arm on the right with the same way. Go to the Edge tab, Window select lines on the right half of the body, delete them. Continue to copy it through the mirror tool. Then use the Attach tool to attach the left and right sides. And Window select the overlapping verticals. Use the Weld tool to weld them with the welding values 0.01. Go to the Element tab, click on the model to check whether the left and right models are welded together. Jump to the Object tab, click the Move tool to copy the sphere, adjust the position and angle to make it look like the tail. Window select the verticals, use the FFD tool, select the control vertex, and continue to adjust the model. Next, create a collar. Select the line, click the Create Shape tool. Extract the selected edge. Create an N-gon, and modify the number of sides parameter in Properties to 8. Go to the Object tab, click the Loft tool, click the edge and polygon, and adjust the path value to 1. Delete the polygons and edges which we drawn before lofting. Use the Attach tool to attach all the drawn models as a whole. Double-click to ring select the edge. Use the Cap tool to seal it. Go to the Vertex tab, and use the Connect tool to connect the vertices. Select the model and click the UV Editor tool. Go to the Polygon tab. Select all polygons. Click the Mapping UVs tool. Select Planar UV, Y-axis. Activate the Scale tool in the UV Editor interface. Adjust the UV ratio. Then, select the line to be cut, and click the Cut tool to cut it. Check Texture Borders in the State menu to display the borders after successful cutting. Repeat the same operation, select the edges to be cut. Next, lay out the UV shell and manually adjust the position of the UV shell using Move, Rotate and Scale tools. Click the Scale tool with the right mouse button and input -100 in the blank after the responding axis to mirror the UV shell, and input 0 to align the UV shell locally. The principle of manual UV layout is to increase the amount of texture details in the UV shell as much as possible, while appropriately reducing the solid color areas. Similar materials can be placed centrally, same materials could be placed overlappingly. Next, select Edges on the UV shell. And use the Orient to Edges feature to automatically align the UV shell where the edges are located along the U-axis or V-axis. Proceed with the manual UV layout process. Select all UV shells, then use the UV snapshot feature to export PNG format images to the desired path. Open the graphics software and use the UV shell as a reference to create the texture. Open the material window, and right-click to import the newly created texture. Then, select the Single Entity option, and apply it to the model. Enable the UV Editor tool again. Check the image. Display the texture, and adjust any stretching issues by fine-tuning the UV verticals. Finally, use the Smooth feature in advanced modeling to make the model appear smoother. OK, 3D Doraemon model is now complete, and we can switch to the perspective preview mode to view the scene.